We go to the launch of Star Wars Starfighter. Find out if Oni lives up to the hype and have an adventure with a paper-thin Mario. Stick around, it's game time!
Hello and welcome to Extended Play from Big B.A.N.G.G in Santa Clara, California. I'm Adam Sessler.
And I'm Kate Botello, and we're here with Tim Smith, a.k.a. Union Carbide, the founder and organizer of this event. Tim, what does B.A.N.G.G stand for?
B.A.N.G.G stands for the Bay Area Network Gaming Group.
And what is Big B.A.N.G.G all about?
Basically, it's about coming down here, hanging out with your friends, and franking each other, but in a loving way.
Oh, I feel warm all over. Now, outside, we're going to a LAN party. Another exciting thing about games is the launch of a brand new title.
Now, we spent a lot of time with developers, but what about the publishers? So we hung out with the people responsible for getting Star Wars Starfighter from the factory into your trembling hands.
Star Wars Starfighter is the latest game to launch from LucasArts and the first Star Wars title for the PlayStation 2. Similar to Rogue Squadron, it's a ship battle sim with realistic graphics that really start to show the processing potential of the PS2. The game's been in development for about 2 years and just hit stores February 21st.
So let's knock out the shield towers and get out of here.
LucasArts created and is publishing the game. Publishing a title means creating a buzz around it well before the boxes arrive on the shelves. LucasArts has spent a lot of time and energy preparing for this major launch.
Yeah, preparation for a launch really occurs well over a year before product ships. That's when we're really taking a look at it, seeing what category it belongs in, trying to forecast it appropriately, taking our best guess at how many we think we can sell worldwide.
Taking evasive maneuvers.
What you don't want to do, and there have been cases when this has occurred, is you overspend on a particular product, and at the end of the day, when you take the development costs, the sales costs, and the marketing costs, which are the three biggest components, you find that at the end of the day, you haven't made much money.
One of the things LucasArts chose to spend on was a party for the press to get their first chance to play the game.
A week ago, we did a tremendous launch event at a small club in San Francisco. But we essentially wanted to give the press an opportunity to play the game, the final version, for the first time. Of course, we had refreshments.
There weren't those kinds of refreshments at the game's premiere a week later at Metreon in San Francisco.
In the case of the Sony Metreon event,
It was over the top amazing.
People waited outside in line for hours to be among the first to actually play Starfighter. The game was running on 12 PS2s in the PlayStation Store.
Today is really the first time we're going to get to see a lot of people play this game, and that's really exciting for the team. This is what it's all about. You know, we make these games, and we're in our little enclosed world, and it's very secretive, and to finally see it out in consumers' hands, in the fans' hands, is just fantastic.
There was always a steady stream of people who were waiting to play Starfighter, and people really seemed to dig it.
It's got very good graphics. It's like really sensitive when you move the joystick.
I think my first impression was that it was a movie. That you were playing in a movie, that you were a part of the movie.
I like it.
It's almost like being there.
We wanted to have an opportunity for the consumers and fans to help us celebrate the release of the game.
These promotional events led up to the actual launch day of February 21st.
launch day is the day when it all comes together.
Today, actually, we've already started to phone call some of the stores to check in.
This is LucasArts calling and just checking in to see if you've received your Starfighter shipment yet.
Sure did.
You did? Great. How many units did you get?
12, and 7 of them were reservations, and I sold all of the rest already.
Oh, you're sold out?
Yeah, the big score.
It is all about buzz, building up the buzz, and then all these first people, I think first weekend out, we're estimating that maybe 40 to 50,000 units will sell through, and then the verdict will be out. The customers ultimately vote, and they decide whether or not it's a good game.
I'm in this industry because I really love playing games and because I love making them, and that's why I'm here. It's not so much for the gratification of having this game out all over the place, but it doesn't hurt.
As you can tell, Starfighter is an incredible looking game, and it's fun to play. We'll have the full review in the coming weeks. You're hanging with Jason, who's one of the players here at Big Bang 2. Jason, what is your favorite game to play here right now?
Right now it's Counter-Strike. That's the most popular.
What do you like about Counter-Strike?
Counter-Strike's fun because it's more real than like Quake. There's more realism, and it's free. So if you have Half-Life, you can download it for free.
Exactly, and if you haven't got a chance to check it out, it is worth seeing. Now, here's some game news.
The Game Boy Advance has an official U.S. launch date of June 11th. 10 to 15 games are expected, but the official list of launch titles has not been announced. Some of those games will be from Nintendo, but most will be from second and third-party developers. 12 game companies filed lawsuits on February 12th against 4 operators of websites allegedly offering illegal copies of games for download. The complaints were filed by IDSA member companies, including Activision, Capcom, and IDOS, among others. The lawsuits seek injunctions to shut down the sites and monetary damages for the theft of the copyrighted software. Coming up on Extended Play, Oni has finally arrived. Was it worth the wait? And hang up your skateboards, we've got Razor scooters?
Welcome back to Extended Play at Big Bang 2. Oni has been one of the most hyped games of the past 2 years. It promises to deliver anime-style combat and action. Unfortunately, that proves to be a promise that's hard to deliver. After all the wait and all the hype, Bungie Oni is finally out for the PlayStation 2. It's an intriguing attempt at an anime-style third-person shooter beat-em-up that serves up some tasty gems, albeit few and far between.
The Syndicate is using the warehouse to shuttle contraband.
You play Kanoko, a tough gal that works for a futuristic police task force, whose job is to stop all sorts of organized crime. If there's one element of Oni that will frustrate some gamers, it's the control system. That's because you'll be managing your movements with the left analog stick while looking around with the right. Not an easy task, especially on a game that demands precision and quickness. Content-wise, this title falls short as well. Like most stateside attempts at copying the Japanese anime style, Oni's art direction has a very cookie-cutter feel. When it comes to level design, things can be summed up in one word: bland. You can look forward to long hallways, empty rooms, and even more stark, empty hallways. There are worthwhile aspects. Character animations and articulations are well done. You also have a myriad of options to take out your foe, not to mention a decent arsenal of weapons. Perhaps Oni might be seen in a better light if it hadn't been so hyped up. It's been almost 4 years since its announcement, and ultimately, Oni falls on the weight of its own hype machine. Extended Play gives the PlayStation 2 version of Oni a 3 out of 5.
So there, you're gonna get beat by a girl.
Now don't forget that Oni isn't just available for the PlayStation 2. You can also get it for your PC. Now we wanted to show you that LAN parties are not just all about a particular game. Like, this is Ed. What are you playing, Ed?
I'm playing a game called Bridge Builder, where you build bridges and hope they stand up.
See, this is cool. This is hit like wildfire here, and it's shareware. You can find it at bridgebuilder.am.com. Now, our old friend Mario has got a brand new bag, so let's check out Paper Mario.
Nintendo has finally released an RPG worth playing for the N64, and manning the helm is our favorite paisano plumber. The big difference this time around is that Mario and company are two-dimensional characters living in a 3D world. The scenario is classic Mario Brothers fare. Princess Peach is in trouble because Bowser is threatening her and the entire Mushroom Kingdom. In order to stop Bowser's diabolical plans, Mario has to venture all over the kingdom and free the 7 star spirits who will help him. During his travels, Mario picks up a number of sidekicks to aid him in his adventure. For example, Goombario offers insight into Mario's enemies. Mario has a number of different jumps and hammer swings to deal with his foes, but having the right partner with you during a fight can make the difference between a cakewalk and barely escaping with one's life. The music is cheery, upbeat, and surprisingly good considering its old-school influences. All the appropriate bonks, zoinks, bells, dings, clangs, and bounces are here. Graphically, you may want to turn your nose up at Paper Mario. However, the blending of the 2D and 3D creates a cartoony visual experience that produces more than a few laughs. The first time Paper Mario travels down a pipe like a piece of paper in a toilet will make even the most jaded gamer smile. The combination of absorbing gameplay with retro graphics makes for hours of entertainment, which is why Extended Play gives Paper Mario a 4 out of 5.
Now, the original Super Mario RPG was made by a company that used to have a very friendly relationship with Nintendo. It was a company called Square. Now, sitting next to me is a gamer called Kevin. Kevin, how old are you?
6.
6 years old. And how long have you been gaming?
Since I was 2.
2. Do you have a Razor scooter?
Yes.
All right. Do you use it a lot?
Not very much.
Right. Well, a lot of people are using Razor scooters out there, and that would make sense since there's now a game about it. While you may be a little bit tired of the phenomena, you probably won't be tired of the game.
Scooters are the biggest craze circulating around the world these days. And it's not just the kids zipping around the neighborhood. Oh no, quite a few adults have taken a liking to them. But does that make it an extreme sport? You better believe it. In video game land, anything's possible. Scooter riders can bust a heel flip to Superman combo and onto a land handrail without even breaking a sweat. Case in point, PlayStation's newest extreme game, Razor Freestyle Scooter. Your mission is simple. A crazed robot has taken your friends. Can you complete his challenges to save them? Okay, the plotline is a little weak, and the cartoonish-like graphics bring us back to a simpler time, but who cares? It's still a lot of fun ripping it up old-school style. Once you pick the color of your scooter and rider participant, it's time to hit the courses. There's a vast assortment of colorful amusement-like backdrops, including poolside, clock tower, and the Sky Fortress. The controls are solid and simple to manipulate. Busting tricks is tremendously easy, and you can create combos free of anxiety. It is possible to do a 540 backflip, land onto a handrail and grind, hop and do a bar spin, continue to grind, then hop off the rail with a leg sweep. Now that's a bat combo. The sound isn't half bad either. All the characters have distinctive grunts and coos as they go crashing through glass or head first into brick walls. The music is a catchy punk grunge mix that will be ingrained in your skull after hours of playing. All in all, this game isn't going to win any awards, but you have to give it props for some good old-fashioned game thrashing. Extended Play gives it a whopping 4 out of 5 stars. Coming up on Extended Play, we go into combat with Fallout Tactics and hit the streets of Japan with Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero.
Welcome back to Extended Play here at Big B.A.N.G.G in Santa Clara, California. I'm currently sitting next to Zach, who's playing some Counter-Strike, and how are you doing at it?
All right.
Now, what do you like about playing Counter-Strike at a LAN party as opposed to playing at home on the internet?
I like the larger team numbers, and the lower pings gives everybody an equal chance.
Now, have you ever played Fallout?
Yeah, actually I've played both 1 and 2.
Yes, Fallout is a role-playing game that has a sci-fi twist to it. Now, there's a new game, Fallout Tactics, that isn't a sequel, but is a twist on a very, very popular title. Fallout Tactics takes place in between the events of Fallout 1 and 2. In the single player, you control members of the Brotherhood of Steel, a rather dubious group that offers some difficult missions in the original Fallout. Fallout Tactics incorporates elements of the role-playing games with statistics that can be improved through acquiring experience points as you play through the missions. The gameplay, though, is all about tactical combat. The action is designed to be played in the continuous turn-based form, which feels like real-time but is regulated by action points. For those looking for more old-school XCOM-style action, there is a turn-based option. The missions themselves will offer rescues, escorts, and wholesale elimination. What is evident is that the maps themselves are very large, and the 32-bit detail goes far to foster the despair that has typified the Fallout franchise. Fallout Tactics will be a welcome title for the strategy-minded and those that just want to return to the wastelands.
If you're waiting for Fallout 3 to come out, according to Interplay, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Tokyo Extreme Racer has had 2 very successful versions for the Dreamcast. Soon, though, there's going to be a version for the PlayStation 2. So, bust out those drag racing flags and get ready for Tokyo Extreme Racer 0.
Tokyo Extreme Racer and its sequel were very popular titles for the Dreamcast. Now Crave is about to release a new version for the PlayStation 2, Tokyo Extreme Racer 0. What makes the game stand out among racers is its unique competition style. Rather than racing on your standard track, the game takes place on the busy streets of Tokyo at night. It's not only the venue that's unique. A race doesn't start with your standard checkered flag. Instead, you challenge other cars to a drag race while you're careening down the Tokyo streets. If you fall behind, you lose energy, and the first to lose it all, loses it all. Tokyo Extreme Racer 0 offers a huge garage load of cars to choose from. While you work on your rep as a tough racer, you earn money to upgrade your vehicle. Look for Extreme Racer 0's glossy high-res graphics and street-style drag racing to screech onto store shelves in March.
Tokyo Extreme Racer 0 is the game's title in Japan. Here it will be known as Tokyo Extreme Racer 2. Shiny Sacrifice is a wonderful game to look at and to play, though it can prove to be quite difficult at times. So here are a few cheats to keep you from reaching the end of your sacrificial rope.
Shiny Sacrifice takes some big mojo to play, so we've got some cheats that work like magic. To cast the spell of cheating, type Control, Shift, and tilde at the same time. When the eerie green text glows, type the ampersand or @ sign, a space, and the following incantations. For an invincible wizard, your bullets cannot harm me, or my wings are like a shield of steel. Physician, heal thyself by typing
by the power of Grayskull.
Strive against the hand of wickedness.
To max out your mana, proclaim I have the power.
Too late again, Master. All dead.
And give yourself all the time in the world for spells with the magic words, time is on my side. Coming up on Extended Play, you can play ping pong on your TV. And we have help for the massively multiplayer title, Phantasy Star Online.
Welcome back to Extended Play at Big Bang 2. Behind me are people furiously engaged in a Counter-Strike tournament. But once upon a time, we enjoyed simpler games. Games like ping pong. And now Radica Games has come out with a device that allows you to play ping pong on your television without using a disc. How is such a thing possible? Here's Kate to show you what it's all about.
Not everybody has a ping pong table in their rec room.
I don't even have a rec room.
But we're pretty sure if you're watching this right now that you have a TV, and that's all you need for Play TV Ping Pong from Radica Games. Yep, that's right. No ping pong table, no ping pong ball, just this little green machine and 2 paddles. Now, as you can see, there's an infrared port on the machine and also on the paddles, so it can see where you're hitting the ball that's on the screen. Now, it's really easy to set up. It's only a matter of a cord that plugs right into the television set and configuring a couple of buttons. Now, you can either play against a friend or against the computer. You winning?
I'm losing.
Yeah. Well, at $45, it's not necessarily something you're going to spend 8 to 10 hours a day playing, but it's pretty neat and might make a good gift. Oh, a word to the wise, though. When you're playing with a friend and your eyes are locked to the screen, be careful not to whap them in the face. For more info on Play TV Ping Pong, come on out to extendedplay.com. Now, I'm hanging out right now with Prophecy from the Virix clan, who yesterday won the Quake 3 tournament. How you doing?
Good.
All right, so now what would you say is your #1 tip for winning a tournament?
I think it's good teamwork, which comes from being in a good friendship with your clanmates, and that can be easily accomplished by playing together at such lands as this one.
All right. Now, you know, actually, this is a perfect segue because certain members of our team, who shall remain nameless, have started to develop a certain fondness for Phantasy Star Online that has begun to border on the obsessive. Now, of course, we would never want to steer you away from that temptation, but we thought we'd offer you a strategy guide to help you cope.
Well, it's official. Phantasy Star Online is not just a hit, it's a phenomenon. Thousands of social lives have been lost to this game, and the body count is mounting. Care to join? Already enlisted? Whether you're the uninitiated or a veteran, we thought you could enjoy a few helpful tips to maximize your online experience. Let's begin.
To play Phantasy Star Online, the first thing you have to do is get online. Plug in your handy modem that came with your Dreamcast, and then launch the internet browser. Now, either use the one that came with your Dreamcast, or you can just pick up a disc in a copy of Dreamcast magazine. Now, this is something important to note. You do not have to have a SegaNet account to play Phantasy Star Online. You can just use your normal ISP that you use at home. The way you do that is to go to the internet configuration screen and set up your internet account that way.
After you get online, things become very intuitive. Pick a ship, choose a block, and voila! You're in a lobby with gamers from all over the globe. Now don't be a wallflower, start talking. If you're really getting along with someone, you might want to exchange a guild card. That way you can track him or her down whenever they're online. When you're ready for some action, create or join a group by going to the job listings. And now the real fun begins. Here's the one piece of advice we can give for when you're in battle. Maintain crowd control. While it's easy to get caught up in cleaning house, watch yourself. A crowded situation is a recipe for a mean pummeling that can leave you dead and seeing red. And finally, your mag, that funny-looking dude that's always floating behind you, this is Phantasy Star's answer to the virtual pet. Feed it items on a regular basis and it'll pay you back with goodies such as invincibility and photon blasts. Note, these critters are so high maintenance that they'll get hungry even when you're not playing in a game. Solution? Put them in storage before you log out. Not too many Phantasy Star gamers know this, but this is the only way to keep your mag stats high while you're away from your Dreamcast. So remember, be social, don't bunch up, and take care of your mag. Remember these tips and you'll be a high-level Phantasy Star trailblazer in no time.
If you'd like to spend a little more quality time with our Phantasy Star Online strategy guide, come on out to extendedplay.com.
And while you're there, make sure to check out the full reviews for everything on today's show.
You can always join us in our chat Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern.
We'd like to give a great big thanks to everybody affiliated with Bang for letting us come out here today. And I guess until next time,
Game over.